Good morning.
Morning.
I'm actually going to change this up a little bit and probably start with the things to work on. I evaluated you last time, and I feel like what we talked about last time was still kind of what hit you this time. And I think it's your Achilles heel maybe right now, and there's probably a lot of things going on. Obviously, you've got a growing family, but it's preparation. And it showed today in terms of your confidence and in terms of your execution and smoothness of delivery in a lot of ways in which you could have delivered this, I think, a lot better. And it kind of gets to some of the stuff that I really like about the speech, which is that you had a personal story, which was your vehicle for delivering the concept of mentoring. You also had a very creative metaphor, which was the curveball. And you talked a little bit about what that meant in terms of mentoring and the difference between pressure, your father, the patience it took for him during your practice, and so on. So it was a great vehicle for delivering the message. You had some stumbles here and there, and I think it was a little bit, again, just the preparation kind of component of it. And I asked you, I reached out Monday to kind of see where you were at. Didn't hear back until Thursday night, and still didn't quite have points that you wanted to look for. And I think it was just a little bit of that prep work. I'm reading the book for TED speakers right now, and the person who kind of helps organize and plan for those, and the amount of preparation that they do and the amount of rehearsing is ridiculous because they cannot afford to stumble. And they get it to where they learn it back and forth and just know it so well. In here, we start off, we do icebreakers, and I think there's so much fear at the beginning that we focus and really try to do a great job the first time. You get past 4 or 5 speeches and you start to develop a little bit of complacency, a little bit of degree of comfort, and that some of that edge drops off in terms of the intensity around preparation. And I don't know if that's where you're at, but it seems like, because you're a great speaker and you've got a lot of creativity in terms of the speeches you've done here, but I felt like this one could have been so much better. Again, the things you did really well, though, is that you've got that creative storytelling. You've got those vehicles. The preparation also sort of showed in the conclusion in that it was a fairly quick exit, kind of wrapping things up. It might have been that you lost it a little bit at the end. So my suggestion, obviously, is just over-prepare, think in advance, get some of those concepts out early, share those with your evaluator. That way you are almost like forced into thinking about it and preparing for it a little bit more in advance, and it'll show when you come up here and start to exit. One other thought, and this is also from the TED book, is they talk about vocal variety. They talk about low notes and high notes and pauses and kind of making it nice and smooth. And I think picking a good mentor to look at, I would look at Brad Plum. Mm-hmm. When he talks, his vocal landscape is really, really solid. It's something to look at. But yeah, you've got so much to work with, so just prepare a little bit more. Thank you.